really gotta you really gotta let me know when this camera's on, because otherwise I look like a. I guess I always look like a fool. Hello, everybody. My name is Connor, aka. Oh, can't believe they have me this much on the channel. OKayFabe right here on OneWrestling.com, as well as the OneWrestling.com YouTube channel as your official TNA Impact Wrestling reporter for OneWrestling.com. That is a mouthful and the longest tag I've had on my business card. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of most ages, guess what? It is now time. Let's talk TNA Slammiversary 2016 full pay-per-view results. Took me a second there. I had a little brain fart. Just crept up right in there and it just got lodged right in the brain there. But anyway, as I hit my microphone, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk all the fun action and results from this pay-per-view. And don't forget, we always like to hear what you guys have to say. So make sure you leave your thoughts down in the comment section here below. Or again, hit us up on Twitter at OKayFabe, at OneWrestling, and of course, at Apter One Wrestling. Bill Apter, come on now. Why you guys haven't followed him yet already? Come on. If you haven't followed him already, you might as well do so. Links are all down in the description box below. And while you're down there, you might as well hit the subscribe and like button. I'm just saying, it's just all there, convenience for you right there, easy to do. So this pay-per-view was absolutely extraordinary, to say the least. TNA Slammiversary kicked off with the Fatal 4-Way for the X Division Championship between Eddie Edwards, the champion Trevor Lee, Andrew Everett, and DJ Zema Ion. This matchup included everything that I love about the X Division. I mean, just insane, crazy kicks, high flying. Pretty sure I saw a sheep flying there at one point. I could be wrong. Impact Zone can get kind of crazy. I'm just throwing that out there. But anyway, this matchup was absolutely everything that was perfect about the X Division, things that I loved about the X Division, things that I missed about the X Division. I thought they did a fantastic job of bringing back up in this particular matchup. Just fantastic action from all, and more importantly, Eddie Edwards walking out with the X Division Championship after a pinfall victory. Yes, and it's not. No, because I'm not happy because he's from Massachusetts like me, and then I watched him in the Indies. No, it's not because I met him at WrestleCon. No, but that match though. Anyway, the second matchup involved the Tribunal taking on the team of Mahabali Shera. Did I get that right? Right? Okay, cool. Against Grado. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, the biggest star in this entire matchup was Al Snow. Al Snow was just beautiful as his role as the manager of the Tribunal. Great with the whistle being blown at ringside. Great heat. Great tag team psychology by all four men as well, too. But you could just tell that Al Snow was having a fantastic time. And what's with the France gimmick? Did anybody get that? I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe I missed it from last week of Impact, but just like a bit of a head scratcher, but at the same time, it's like, that Al Snow. Please don't kill me with your massive biceps. Anyway, great tag team psychology from all four men, as I was mentioned before, too. It looked like we were going to get the victory for Shera and Grado, but unfortunately, Al Snow, you sneaky fool, decided to distract the referee, allowing the Tribunal to get a double team move on Grado to get the pinfall victory and thus secure their win. Honestly, I thought Tribunal should have won this matchup, as I mentioned in my preview video earlier, because it establishes another new team for TNA and hopefully continues the rivalry between these two teams, because honestly, this has been one of my favorite rivalries in TNA thus far, just because of how much they've been slowly building it. And again, Al Snow being a big key component with this, along with Grado. So I'm very interested to see where this continues. Again, let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But unless, I'm sorry, I just get a teary-eye here. And breathe. We were supposed to get Maria versus Gail Kim, but unfortunately Maria broke her hand. It's okay. But Gail Kim called her a liar. Tisk, because William Corgan, he's going by William now? William Corgan. It's Billy. Billy Corgan. Anyway. Comes out and confirms this. Thus, instead of having Maria versus Gail Kim, we instead get a triple threat matchup for the Knockouts Championship. Gail Kim gets added into the matchup between Sienna and Jade, the champion, which honestly I think was a brilliant move by TNA. I guess Maria is legitimately injured. Wasn't sure if that was 100% true or not, but yes, she is 100% injured. Broken hand, so alas, we won't get to see that matchup. However, I thought the triple threat Knockouts match was perfect in a lot of senses because it helped kind of combine combined and overlap a lot of the feuds that we had going on. Of course, Sienna associated with Maria, the First Lady of Wrestling, so it makes sense to kind of, again, put everything all in perspective and put everything together. I thought Jade was amazing in this matchup. Again, prior to her winning the championship, I didn't really see a lot of her in singles competition, so seeing her go in this triple threat matchup with Gail Kim and Sienna, I thought was just a win-win on so many levels. So I was personally a big fan of this matchup, so kudos and props. Instead, we got a very interesting finish where Sienna looked like she was about to hit Jade with the belt, but instead, Marty Bell, former Dollhouse member with Jade, actually looked like she was about to attack Sienna, but instead attacked Jade, allowing Sienna to get the pinfall on Jade and thus become the new Knockouts champion. 2 championships change hands so quickly, and the thing I liked about this the most, again, it continues another angle, another storyline, another rivalry comes off of this. So one feud is kind of mixed in, and another one instantly begins. So kudos to the booking on that particular matchup. James Storm comes out and cuts a very nice promo about the history of TNA and talk about giving people opportunity. And so tonight he gives Braxton Suter, the newcomer to TNA, an opportunity as well to win a one-on-one matchup. Again, I don't know much about Braxton Suter as far as this one. They've been playing several interviews and vignettes with him coming into TNA, just being grateful and humble the fact that he's part of Impact Wrestling. But this matchup was actually pretty back to basics, not in a bad way whatsoever. I thought Suter, for going up against James Storm, did a very good job as far as a solid basic matchup as far as wrestling. Nothing crazy, nothing outlandish. Great moves from both men. Kind of surprised that James Storm got the win on this one in my personal opinion, only because I thought Suter, being the newcomer, would get the pinfall victory and get the momentum and maybe carry things through. But it looks like this was just a particular one-off matchup, but still great to see James Storm and Suter in the ring. It was, again, just a surprising victory for me. In my own personal opinion, I thought Suter might have gotten the upset victory here tonight. But I guess James Storm veteran instincts kick in once again. And no, I'm not talking about the six-pack. He brought it. He had 12? How did he fit 12? But there's supposed to be a motor on that thing. I'm not going to get into, mechanical. I'm not mechanically inclined whatsoever, clearly, because that's why I can't program my iPhone. Anyway, another championship matchup on the line. Eli Drake takes on Bram, the former champion, in a return match for Bram, which I thought was really great. I mean, come on, Eli Drake's my guy. Eli Drake is now one of my, if not my favorite, personal favorite over in Impact Wrestling right now. I mean, there's something about him that just screams jerk. It's just great. I mean, what? No, what? I mean, he's the champion. Come on now. I thought this was a great matchup. Psychology-wise, it was very interesting to see, smart moves from both of the men. Crazy bump on the concrete floor outside from Eli to Bram, but Bram comes back pretty quick, only for Eli to hit his finish to retain the championship. It was a very solid matchup, and I'm looking forward to more with this, particularly from the King of the Mountain Championship, as it's starting to really kind of get some momentum as far as having solid, great matches and kind of like the mid-card level. So definitely kudos to both men in that particular matchup, and I'm glad that my boy Eli kept the championship. Now we get towards the main event and the bigger matches for this particular evening. Michael Bennett against EC3. This was tough. This was a very tough one for me as far as who I wanted to win. I was personally putting money on Mike Bennett, but EC3 sneaking away with a victory. And I shouldn't really use the phrase sneaking, because boy howdy, these two put on in my personal opinion, the match of the night, which I think looking on paper, you pretty much could assume so given the talent of both of these men, but I thought these two definitely put on the match of the evening. I mean, there were so many spots between Maria throwing the chair, causing up a breakup and allowing just a tiny bit of second distraction to give Mike Bennett a kick-out attempt, to that nasty DDT that was laid out by Mike Bennett to EC3 on the outside of the ring. There was so many great spots. Great psychology from both men. I thought the action was great. The near falls were perfect. There was just a lot of great consistency from the two. I thought Mike Bennett was going to get the win personally on this one, but I can see now why with EC3 getting the victory now that they've each had a pinfall victory over the other. So I can definitely see them going at it one last time on Impact Wrestling on Pop TV. Also, we did find out that apparently TNA will indeed announce their newest member of the TNA Hall of Fame this coming Tuesday live on Impact on Pop TV on Tuesday. So I'm very curious to see who do you guys think will be inducted in the Hall of Fame this year. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Brothers go at it. Brother Nero takes on Brother Matthew in a Full Metal Mayhem Falls Count Anywhere match. Holy shnikes. Yeah, these two practically killed each other with every weapon imaginable, including a keyboard, which apparently Matt just keeps with him at the ring. That entrance, though, by Matt Hardy, that entrance, though. It was just craziness. It was weapons all around, used in every single way, including a ridiculously oversized ladder, which I thought was used for comical prop influence, but instead, Jeff Hardy decided to use his body and Swanton Matt right through the thing. Any case, the matchup was absolutely insane. Full Metal Mayhem, very appropriate name for this particular matchup. Just absolutely, use of every weapon: tables, ladders, chairs, keyboards, and everything in between. Jeff getting an impressive pinfall on Matt outside the ring as he dove off of the top turnbuckle, swanton onto Matt through a table in order to get the pinfall victory over his brother. So Brother Nero got the pinfall victory there. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with Matt Hardy now that he's had the loss over his Brother Nero. Well, before we get to the main event, we do have one other championship matchup on the line. The TNA World Tag Team titles are on the line as Abyss and Crazy Steve the Decay take on the Bromans and a tag team matchup. Honestly, this matchup was, I think, very underrated. This matchup was very well done. I thought there were a lot of clever, crazy, different, unique spots, and I thought, honestly, there was a lot of moments in this particular matchup that I thought you really didn't know what was going to happen. Who was going to win? How was it going to happen? I honestly thought the Bromans were going to get it a couple of times. I honestly believed that Jesse Goddards and Robbie E were going to win the World Tag Team Champions once again, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. Abyss, Crazy Steve, keeping on trucking as Crazy Steve gets the pinfall victory on Jesse Goddards to retain the TNA World Tag Team titles, which honestly at this point I'm completely 100% for. Decay has been a dominating tag team since Impact has moved back on over to Pop TV, and I don't want them to see I want them to keep the belts as long as humanly possible. And again, it's not because Abyss threatened me with Janice at WrestleCon and just we move on to the main event, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, as Drew Galloway defends against Bobby Lashley. Guess what, though? Can only be won by KO or submission. This matchup was actually much more physical than I expected it to be. I was expecting more of a technical wrestling matchup, but to be honest, we got a lot of submissions in this one, which I should have known better and should have made more, and does make sense. It was more kind of a very bare knuckle, ground and pound type matchup between the two. I thought Lashley looked like $1 million in this one. Galloway coming back with a little bit of the blood was a great spot to see, with a Claymore right off the bat to start the matchup. But Lashley eventually found his way back into victory as he did get a submission on Galloway and choked him out, thus allowing Bobby Lashley to be crowned the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. So quickly, overall in this entire pay-per-view, I thought this was a very solid show, and I give TNA and Impact Wrestling honestly a lot of props for pulling off a very, very good pay-per-view overall. Is it a perfect pay-per-view? I don't think there's ever such a thing as a perfect wrestling pay-per-view, but I feel like there was a lot of great matches from all these people, and every single one of them should honestly be very proud of the accomplishments and what they were able to perform off here tonight. I know TNA doesn't do that many pay-per-views as much as they used to in the past, so this was truly a gem to see. Honestly, like I said, Mike Bennett and EC3 for me was the match of the evening, although the X Division Championship I thought was just a great way to kick off the entire show. And we've got champions galore. Bobby Lashley, your new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. You've got Sienna as your new Knockouts Champion, and of course you've got Eddie Edwards, my boy, as the X Division Champion. But alas, this isn't all just about me, folks. Believe it or not, I like to hear what your thoughts are. So make sure you leave a comment down here below in this particular video, or hit us up on Twitter at OKayFabe, at After1Wrestling, at OneWrestling.com, or hit up Dixie at TNA Dixie or at Impact Wrestling. Let them know what you guys thought of Slammiversary. I really want to hear what you guys have to say because I really enjoyed this pay-per-view, and I hope you guys did too, and I want to hear your thoughts down here below. While you're down there, again, make sure you hit the subscribe and like button to continue getting that awesome content from One Wrestling. We guys are killing in the subs lately, so make sure we keep that number rising, and we much love, much appreciate. Make sure you go over to OneWrestling.com as well too and do the same thing, because guess what? I don't know who, but somebody kept giving live results of the pay-per-view while they were happening, and just I don't know who it is. Oh, kayfabe. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate the continued love and support. And to quote the legendary Bill Apter, we will see you at the matches.